Hello, class. My name is Crystal Gordon. Today we will be talking about my three pathogens, which is Bordetella pertussis, human immunodeficiency virus, and Cryptococcus neoformans. First, we're going to talk about the prokaryote Bordetella pertussis. The morphology is rod-like shaped, cocoid and ovid. It is bacillus. It's in the gram-negative cell type. It has additional layers like an outer and inner membrane with a thin layer of peptoglycan. There's no external appendages. The aero tolerance is strict anaerobe, and the disease it causes is whooping cough. So it will impact your upper respiratory system. The stages are catarrhal, paroxysmal, and convalescence. It is a bacteria that sticks to your nose and throat cells, and it starts multiplying rapidly. When pertussis continue multiplying, it creates toxins that disable the cell. Some reservoirs for it are adolescents, adults, and children. Bordetella pertussis viral factors are lipoly, lipolysaccharides, adhesins, type 3 secretion systems, pertussis toxin, and filament hemagglutinin. For Now we're going to talk about treatments and side effects. So it's basically targeted by antibiotics such as azithromycins, clarithromycins, and erythromycins. Bordetella pertussis is a drug. Bordetella pertussis, the drug azithromycin, targets the 50S subunit of gram-negative bacterial ribosomes at the end of the exit tunnel. Clarithromycin targets 23S rRNA in the 50S subunit of bacterial ribosomes. Erythromycins target one-to-one stetrometry to 50 S. E. coli ribosomes. The vaccines you can take basically are the Tdap shots for it. Some side effects are allergies, swelling, fever, vomiting, feeling tired, and loss of appetite. It is communicable. It goes from person to person. Bordetella pertussis incident rate is 48.5 million people worldwide who has that. So the mortality rate is approximately 295,000 deaths per year and is an endemic. It is also endemic. Over 100 years, rates for pertussis started raising fast due to it being very contagious. So now we're going to talk about my virus, HIV, which is known as a retrovirus. The virus is known to disrupt DNA within the whole cell. HIV contains an enzyme that produces a double-stranded DNA from a single-stranded RNA. It is enveloped and contains a capsid of protein. The virus assists in the whole cell is HIV viron. The virus refers to as an encapsulated RNA virus that consists of two strands of RNA molecules. A protein that assists the host is the glycoprotein spikes. The type of genome displayed is this molecule, which is positive ssRNA. It impacts your lungs, digestive tract, and other internal organs. The stages for HIV is acute HIV infection syndromes, clinical latency, and AIDS. HIV attacks CD4 cells and uses cells to make a lot more viruses. The cells eventually will start swelling and then it will bust due to the virus ruining the CD4 cells by utilizing their copy machinery to make and continue to make viruses. So, okay. Now here, HIV is a retrovirus bacteria that infects T cells carrying glycoprotein CD4 on the surface. However, the binding of HIV intacting to T cells are mediated chemokine coreceptins. In addition to this, CCR5 objective is distinct signaling pathways that mediate migration within the cell growth, differentiation, and transcript activation. This virus genome and enzyme can be released by the removal of core protein. However, HIV can conduct a series of viral reverse transcriptase enzymes. This process accelerates the formation of DNA from RNA template in reverse transcript. The virus then makes its way to the nucleus, insert ring itself into the host genome. T cells now tran- T cells now transcribe proviral DNA into mRNA. After the mRNA makes its way to the cytoplasm, creating proteins in which are the genome ssRNA. However, the protein within the genome are protein particles that become mature and is released in the bloodstream and is can be known as a repeated cycle. So HIV, the reservoirs for it is CD4 plus T cells. It has virulent factors, which are humans and untreated infection. It is transmitted by sexual contact and it causes tuberculosis. Medications for this is like abacavir, antricibin, lamivudine, and tenofovir. There's actually no vaccines for this. Scientists is actually making one. Some side effects are headaches, strange dreams, fever, nausea, and tiredness. So HIV is epidemic. In 1980, there were 100,000 and 300,000 individuals in North America, South America, Europe, Australia, and Africa that have already been infected. HIV originated from cross species of chimpanzees and humans. Everybody was having intercourse and it started spreading rapidly. For HIV, they started giving medication to prevent it from going to AIDS. Now we're going to talk about my eukaryote, Cryptococcus neoformans. Cryptococcus neoformans is a pathogenic unicellular fungi that consists spherical and oval shaped like cells. This yeast has an outer cell membrane consisting of a thin cell wall layer with low peptoglycan. However, this yeast reproduces by budding, in which it is known to be similar to photosynthesis. The bacteria C. neoforms gram-negative cells produces bandospores that can either grow as yeast or hyphae depending on the temperature. C. Neoformans life cycle can distinguish in two forms, asexual and sexual. Asexual budding is found in tissues and fluids. During sexual budding, filaments can clamp to host or bandospores can be produced. Um, it is targeted by the amphotericin group of medications. It belongs it belongs to an antifungal group. It causes meningitis. It impacts your lungs and central nervous system. The stages for this is induction, consultation, and maintenance therapy. Change causes that causes it causes changes in atomic and functional disorganization after cellular injury. Virulent factors are melanin products, capsule, protein factors, and cryptococcal products. It is airborne and it is also non-communicable. The reservoirs for this are pigeons and other bird exterior, all environmental and clinical isolates. And yeah. So treatments for this, like I said before, is amthro amthro I don't even amphotericin B, which targets the aerogestrel which is an essential component of the fungal cell membrane. The vaccine for this is cryptococcal vaccines. Some side effects with the vaccines and the medications can be swelling, vomiting, fever. For the epidemiology for this, Cryptococcus neoformans is endemic. It is the leading cause of death in individuals with HIV/AIDS. In 2014, there were approximately 113,600 between 113,600 and 193,900 cases, and there were also 130,000 deaths in Africa alone. Now, this is the citation page, and I'm done, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to my screencast.